tried to get Pele in the stadium, which he could play in, he should play in, the stadium, Giant Stadium.
Less than 7 miles from Times Square, construction in East Rutherford, New Jersey had been underway since 1972. Giant Stadium, with more than 75,000 seats, was scheduled to open for American football in the fall of 1975. Ross was banking that by then, America would be ready for professional soccer. But in the summer of '75, Pele could hardly save his team, much less his sport.
He thought we were passing him the ball too often. And I think that was, a limitation on our part, thinking that as long as we got the ball to Pele, he would take care of the rest of it.
It was hard to not be in awe every day. And you would think you do something every day, you get very used to it. But every day, there's Pele on a field. I mean, come on, it's Pele. I'm learning so much just by being around the guy, and how he plays.
The biggest challenge for us on the field was not stopping and watching him play, because he still had these incredible moves.
Every place we went, and we're straggling along, there's Pele, we're just like, we're with him.
I don't think any one of us ever felt entitled. We were honored. We knew we were experiencing something that I always said that there could have been 100 goalkeepers as good as me, and I'm sure Smitty said.
I had a hard time as well thinking I belonged there.
He was a superstar in a strange land, but he knew his role.
I come to play in America because I believe in soccer in America. Kids here love the sport. The American people sport naturally. I come to play here because I know in few years we'll have a good team in America.
I think his challenge was really figuring out how best to fit in to a team of journeymen that, were trying their best.
You talk to me a couple of times, try to play like you're playing a game of chess, be 2 moves ahead of the ball or something, of the play.
He would finish the season with 5 goals and 4 assists, leading his new team to 7 wins in 9 games. And although the Cosmos missed the playoffs, Pele had done his job.
We look at things in the world of the Cosmos as before Pele and after Pele.
His mere presence shattered attendance records in Boston, Los Angeles, and Washington, D.C.
When I would go visit my grandmother in Washington, you're hoping that when you were there that the Dips were playing the Cosmos, that you could see Pele.
After he pulled a hamstring late in the season, more than 20,000 fans in Philadelphia came out just to see him in street clothes.
Now that the world's most famous athlete was in New York City, the media could no longer ignore the sport.
Pele went to the White House, where President Ford found a soccer ball a lot more elusive than a football.
Maybe I could do it better with my hand than my foot.
And while most of the press was positive, there remained one powerful skeptic.
Dick Young said, you know what, I want to meet Pele, and I want to meet him one-on-one, and let's go to a baseball game in my environment.
They attended a Mets game late in the season at Shea Stadium.
We are not announced. No one knows we're at the game. End of the first inning, we start getting a cluster of people around us. By the 3rd inning, we were absolutely besieged by people. We couldn't control the fans. The umpire had to call play, and we're escorted onto the field because the security couldn't control the stadium anymore. It was absolute pandemonium. Dick Young he's almost crying, weeping openly. His heart is breaking that his baseball fans recognized Pele, who he had come to take down. And if he was really a reporter, he had only one recourse, and that was write the truth. This game was truly a spectator sport and truly global.
By the bicentennial year of 1976, foreign football was encroaching even further on the American pastime. the Cosmos moved into Yankee Stadium. Pele, playing just half the season in '75, had tripled their average attendance.
Pele brought instant credibility to the NASL. Because of him, other stars came over here, from Gordon Banks to Rodney Marsh to Jeff Hurst. Even George Best's touchdown in Los Angeles, because every other franchise thought, well, if the Cosmos can do it, we can.
On arrival into Tampa, one of the questions the American journalist asked me was, you've been described as the white Pele. And I said, that's not quite true. Pele is the black Rodney Marsh. And that didn't seem to go down too well.
For Steve Ross, the world's greatest player was not enough.